How's it going, peoples? Welcome. K1GMM Steve, Vermont. And guess what's up first? And Ed is the first one here. What's going on, Ed? How are you? Hope all is well. We're just going to see if we can get into trouble on 20 meters. Work a little 20 meter DX. I've got Dino, my buddy Dino the dinosaur, keeping me company. And of course, the Donald. The Donald is here. He's in the shack. Hey, Paul. What's going on, you guys? And we're going to get right to Sid. Good morning. Good afternoon to you, Sid. MM1SYD. KJ4ZMV. Boy, you guys are... Paul, hey, man, good to see you. Billy. Yeah, what's going on, you guys? A nice day in Vermont today. It's supposed to be about 60, bright sunny day. What I'm doing in here, I have no idea. I figured I'd 20 is in fairly good shape. Just worked a couple stations in Moscow about a half hour ago, so I figured it's been a long time since I've just got in and worked 20. Look for some DX. It's going to be mostly hit and run, get their names and move along, and hopefully someone will put me on the cluster and we can have a good time. I hate to ask people to do that, but it does help. But the only time people will come back to you if you're on the cluster is if you're not rag chewing. So I'm not really going to be in a rag chew mode, hopefully. You know how my mouth runs. Diarrhea of the mouth. Blech. It just spews nonsense. So I'm going to check my audio on the stream. Looks okay. And I think we're good to go. We need one thing. Life Smacks. There you go. And I don't have my glasses with me, so... can't find Tuesday, April 7th, by the way. If you guys haven't looked at a calendar, you're losing track, being locked up in your house. Can't find any new music that you really enjoy. Try finding out what your favorite artists listen to and try them out. That's interesting. That's kind of a good point. What do we got? The Daily Extra. 25 years ago, President Bill Clinton declared a national day of mourning after a tragic bombing in Oklahoma City. Ugh, I remember that day. I do. It's not as vivid as 9/11, but pretty close. Hey, Michael. How's it going? Good to see you. And so we're going to get... see what we can get done here. We're going to do a hop, skip, and a jump through 20. I think first, work anybody, see if there's people I haven't worked yet. Pull them up in my log, and we'll try and work them, and then we'll find a place to sneak into, and looks like plenty of gaps in here, so. Let's jump over to the pan adapter. Hey, Peter. How's it going? I'll kind of keep track of the chat there. You guys behave yourselves. I got my tea, I got my radio, all's well with the world. And my stinking microphone is dropping. I can't get the tension strong enough on the boom. It's slowly falling. It's fallen about 3 or 4 inches in the past half hour. It's creeping on me. So I'm going to mute the audio, see if I can sort that out. You know, I'm like a problem child. Yes, I'm still a child, and I still have, I got like nonstop problems here, man. Looks like my camera's out of focus too. Dadgummit. Yeah, we'll go with that. See how that flies. All right. See what's going on here. Chime into the chat. You guys tell me what y'all been up to. Post your updates in there. I'll be watching it. What we got here? Hey, Tim, how's it going? You're sunny too, huh? Nice, man. You're sitting on 20. I've already worked him. And knowing my luck, signals will fade right out and I'll be busted. That's the way it works. Timing is everything with these bands. I'm going to search and pounce Tim first. You work in solar panels. Oh, Peter. Now I know who to go to when I have a question. Who is this? I'll find out who this is on 160. I'm going to search and pounce first, and then I'm going to call CQ somewhere. And he's faded right out to nothing. Tim, can you tell me who's on 160? He was there, and now he's gone. He's faded out. Oh, he's Canadian? Oh, okay. I was wondering if it's
but my English is very poor. My English is very poor and comprehend is very, very small. He is help here, he is help.
November, Victor, Charlie.
Hey, good morning, Zach. How you doing? The typical, it's the way this band works, isn't it? Crazy. Okay, I don't hear who he's calling at all. Hey, Jerry, what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm doing well, Zach. Just knocking around here. Just sitting here murdering the time.
Hola, hola, 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Tango voor Alpha.
Oscar Tango voor Alpha. CQ.
November Victor Charlie. Oscar Hotel 6 November Victor Charlie. You're 59 plus here in Finland. My name is Mika, Mexico, India, Kilo Alpha.
Oh, Greenland.
Mexico, India, Kilo Alpha, Mika is name. Kilo Nancy 4, Italy Radio, Mexico. Oscar Hotel 6 November Victor Charlie. Go ahead.
That's not Greenland. Oh, I haven't worked him in a couple years. Oh, Finland. Is that Finland? Yeah, Finland.
Okay.
Boy, you don't hear them very often in here, man.
Thanks for the nice report. There's a lot of stations calling you. 73. Thanks for the QS.
Oh,
Greetings from Finland and stay healthy, my friend. Kilo Nancy 4, India Radio, Mexico. Oscar Hotel 6 November Victor Charlie. 73. Bye-bye.
hey, Martin, what's going on? Good afternoon, big dog. Okay, I can't hear who he's working.
73. Bye-bye. Q20.
See who this is.
Victor 4 X-ray. Good morning, Bill. 59. Name is Theo. How you doing?
Oh, this is Oscar Tango 4 Alpha.
Thank you. Be safe and thanks for the call. Okay.
Should I torment him? When was the last time I worked him?
20 Oscar Tango 4 America.
Good Lord.
CQ 20 meters. CQ Oscar Tango 4 Alpha.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike.
K1 Germany, Mexico. Good morning. 5 and 9 Stephen. My name is Theo. Yourself?
Hey, Theo, how you doing? Figured I'd jump in and torment you for a minute. Good to hear you. Yeah, you're 5'9". Thanks for the nice report. 7'3", and hope all is well on your end there. All good here. We're just enjoying the radio time there. OT4A, K1GMM, over.
Be safe and thanks for calling in. Bye-bye. Good morning.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, QRZ, Oscar Tango 4 America. Again? Whiskey 2, Whiskey Charlie, Mexico. Good morning. Bill, you 5 and 7. My name is Theo. Yourself?
14255, Tim. All right. Nada, nothing. Oh. Oh, I hear you, Tim. I can hear you. Golf 5 Tango Mike. Golf 5 Tango Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Okay, Tim, was that a 5 and 3? 5 and 3? Not sure. I got you right at the noise floor, about a 3-1, 3-1. And good to hear you. Over. Okay, Tim. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for picking me up, buddy. We'll catch you later. Have a great day and enjoy your DX 73 K1GMM. Get you in here, Tim. All Things Radio. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Carl, hey, man, good to see you. Who else is in here? Got you in the bag there, Tim. Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. Uh-oh. Very cool. Mike, what's cooking? Good looking. Hope you're doing well there. Now we're just knocking around on. Wow.
20 meters CQ, beaming west.
Oscar Tango 4 Alpha.
Man, that is a huge signal.
800 watt.
10 element log periodic. 73 Ken, good days on the frequency. Kilo November 4, India.
Gotta get you in the log, Tim. Never logged it, dang it. Gotta get you in there.
Good days, bye-bye.
Oscar November 7, Whiskey Mike.
Oh, hey, Gardner. What's going on, man? Hey, Mike, good. Yeah, N2JVE. Oh, yeah, you're, Mike, you're right down in FN32 there. I think you were down in New York State, right? I'm in FN33. Mike, aren't you the one down in... Shoot. South of Albany there, right?
Okay, here is John in the city of Bologna. Many thanks, recovery. Ciao, bye-bye. 7-3.
Bye-bye, Italy Kilo for Lima Zulu Hotel. Calling and listening.
Hey.
CQ, Italy Kilo for Lima Zulu Hotel. Italy Kilo for Lima Zulu Hotel. Calling and listening.
Kilo 1 Gulf, Mike.
Kilo 1, Germany, Mexico. Nice to meet you, Stephen. You're 5'9".
QSL, you were about a 5'7", 57 in Vermont, Northeast United States. Good to hear you again. I know we've worked on 20 before. Looks like it's been about a year, so hopefully 2019 was a very good year. I wish you a good one for 2020. IK4LZH, K1GMM, over.
Very good copy. K1GMM, IK4LZH. Very good copy, very good listening, my friend. You're John in Bologna, in the north of Italy. Your whole stay at home, actually, is about 42, 43 days. We can go outside only for buy something to eat, something like that. That's a very crazy situation that they will pass very soon. Many thanks, Stephen, for QSO and 7-3 K1GMM IK4LZH.
Yeah, all the best there, 7-3, and you be well, stay safe over there, and we'll get through it. It's just going to take a little patience, right? We're in the same situation, not as severe, but we are under lockdown here as well in the state of Vermont. 7-3, K1GMM.
7-3, bye-bye, ciao. Italy, Kilo for Lima Zulu Hotel. Calling and listening.
Hello, secure 20. Oscar 4, Charlie Foxtrot India, beaming stateside on Canada, listening, standing by. Secure DX, secure DX, secure. From Oscar November 4, Charlie Foxtrot India, beaming stateside on Canada, listening and standing by.
Kilo 1 Gulf, Mike.
sorry, I could not understand this. I don't know, it's Russian, I think. I don't speak Russian. Okay, anyway, 73 from Oscar, November 4, Charlie, Fox India. Bye-bye.
Haven't worked him yet. Yeah, right, Carl? The only thing you don't have is a sore butt from the paddling.
Hello, secure the X, secure the X, secure. From Oscar, November 4, Charlie, Foxtrot, India, beaming United States and Canada, listening and standing by.
Kilowatt 1, Gulf, Mike.
Kilowatt 1, Golf, Mike. Very good morning to you. This is Oscar, November 4, Charlie, Foxtrot, India. My name is Reggie, and you come in 5 and 9, over.
QSL, I didn't get your name. Name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and 5-9 into state of Vermont, Northeast United States. QSL.
Roger, Steve. Very good morning to you. My name is Reggie, Romeo Echo Golf, India, and I'm situated in Kortrijk, Kilo Oscar Romeo, Tango Romeo Yankee Kilo, on the coastline of Belgium. You're coming in 5 and 9 with a good modulation here. The weather is, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it's 21 degrees for the moment. Have a nice day. It was a nice day, but as you know, maybe you as well, we are in quarantine and we have to stay home. We cannot get out with the coronavirus. It's a bad thing. How is it with your health, over?
Yeah, Reggie. Yeah, I got your QSL on your name there, and thank you. Same here in state of Vermont. We are basically stay at home. We have stay at home order, except for anything essential. If you have to go get food, medical attention, or anything like that. So been like that for about 3 weeks now, and it's going to probably go right through, I'm sure, right through the end of this month, or even further. I think they're expecting the peak here around the end of April, 28th of April. So we're kind of waiting and watching there, over.
Roger, that's very good copy. Here we are in lockdown until the 5th of May. The 5th of May, so it's 1 month to go, 1 month to go. But the peaks, I think we just got the peak a couple of days ago, and I hope it goes further down. Good. Hopefully we don't get it. I stay at home. I'm 76, so I better stay home, not to take any risk. And well, what we can do is doing some radio. It doesn't hurt, over.
No, it does not. Nope. And this hobby, what a fantastic time. And that's, what a good time to be in this hobby. Greatest hobby on earth. And it's one of those situations that just works out well. I've been, trying to push live streams on a daily basis to YouTube. I'm streaming right now to YouTube, and keep the community together, keep us all in contact with each other, and working on the station, working on antennas, doing things that have been put off. You know what I mean? This is a good time to get things cleaned up and tightened up and get things in really good working order there. Go ahead.
Roger, that's the best thing we can do. Anyway, thank you for this nice QSO. Take care, keep it healthy, and hope you to work in another day, other frequency. Best 73s from Belgium, Steve. Oscar, November 4, Charlie, Foxtrot, India.
Yeah, 7-3. Thank you for picking me up, and you take care over there. All the best from K1GMM.
Roger, bye-bye.
Lima X-ray 1, Lima Charlie.
Secure.
Oscar Tango 4 Alpha, pure the 20.
Florida 2, Yankee Tango. Florida 2, Yankee Tango. Kilo Tango, 10 cop, 15 Alpha, plus. Okay, Oscar Kilo, number 2, Charlie Kilo, Tango,
Kilowatt Tango Charlie. Ocean Henny, number 1 Tango Tango, 15 up at 9. I'm sorry, up down. Anyway, Oscar Kilowatt, Oscar Kilo, number 2 Tango Tango. You're welcome. Nice to meet you. Thank you. 15 up at 9. Bye-bye. America, number 6, number 0, Sugar Hotel, Stroke 10. Clear.
Ooh,
Delta Lima 1, Delta Lima, number 1, Bravo.
I'll never get through that mess.
The last suffix we need, Delta Lima, number 1, Bravo. Delta Lima, number 1, Bravo, Sugar, Honolulu, thank you, 59.
Let me see if...
Thank you, good luck. America, number 6, number 0, Sugar Hotel, Stroke, number 10. Clear this?
Delta Mike 2, X-ray Mike.
A60, Sugar Hotel, Stroke, number 10. Special call. America, number 6, number 0, Sugar Hotel, Stroke, number 10. Clear this?
Good Lord, where is that?
Bravo, X-ray, Kilo.
That's,
Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt.
Oh, yes, thank you, gentlemen. 59 plus is Indiana, Kilo 1, Bravo, X-ray, Kilo. Northwest Italia, 73, good luck. Ciao, grazie.
Sugar Delta, Sugar Kilo, number 1, Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt.
Negative, India, Kilo 1. India, Kilowatt 1, over.
Yeah, Roger, correcto. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Italia Kilo, number 1, Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt. Big signal, 20 over 9, hello?
Oh, yes, thank you. A60, Sugar Hotel, Stroke 10. It's on the India, Kilo 1, B, Bravo, X, Kilo. India, Kilo 1, Bravo, X-ray, Kilo. Your senior is 1520 dB over 9. Very good audio. Congratulations, 73, good luck. Ciao, grazie.
Thank you so much. Many thanks. Okay, Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt. Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt. Italia, Kilo, number 1, Bravo, X-ray, kilowatt. Thanks coming with special call to stay home. This time, students with America, number 6, number 0.
Oh, heavy fading.
Okay, wish you all the best. Grazie amico, ciao. Salutati.
73, ciao, grazie.
America 6, 0, Sugar Hotel, Stroke 10. Clear.
Kilowatt 1, Gulf, Mike.
Romeo, Charlie, Roger.
Hey, Doug. How you doing, Doug? Okay, Mike, we'll catch you later.
QSL, Big David, thank you. Radio number 9, Florida, Charlie, radio 20 over 9, over.
I would need probably 10 kilowatt and a 30 element beam to get through Europe right now.
Thank you, America number 6, number 0, Sugar Hotel, Stroke 10. Clear.
Kilowatt 1, Gulf, Mike. Kilowatt 1, Gulf, Mike. Hey, Carl. Oh, congrats, man. Thank you, Doug.
I give you a call, number 5.
I am running 22J. I'm running. Let me give you a rundown for any newcomers on the station. I'm not going to get this guy, so I'm not going to stay here. I played this game, and you have to punch through unless he shuts Europe off. You won't get him stateside here. The only stations that will are running monster stations. Rundown on the shack. What's going on? Let me stop the loop. I am running, playing with an SDR Duo. I put the HF Plus on the shelf. I'm playing with an SDR Play RSP Duo. It's got a dual receiver function. With SDR Uno. And let me go over wrong display. This is currently running SDR Play. It's tied to the 7300 and running diversity reception, which I found to be absolutely freaking killer. This is killer, especially for weak signal work and noise reduction, like nothing else I've ever seen. I have two antennas. I have the primary antenna, which is my transmitting antenna. It comes out via IF out of the back of the 7300 into the one side of the RSP Duo. In antenna 2 port, I have an NFED. And NFED, 136 foot NFED. No, I'm sorry. It's a quarter wave NFED on 75 meters with a radial underneath it. And it also functions as a half wave on 40 and up via switchable relay from the shack here. Right here is the relay switch, and that will switch from either reconfigure it from a quarter wave on 75 meters. It goes to the top of a tree about 67 feet, something like that. And straight up vertical. And I can switch a 49-to-1 into play, turning it into a halfway on 40 and up. What it does is it gives me a good noisy antenna for diversity reception and a completely different polarization. All the other antennas are flat, horizontally polarized. Current antenna system is a 20-meter phase delta loop array, 2-element, going northeast at about 65 feet, somewhere in there. So that's to give everybody a rundown on the station. ICOM 7300, pushing about 500 watts, 989D tuner, and the rest is you can figure out for yourself. Everything's remotely driven from the shack. These series of switch boxes here, this is to go both directions, either northeast or southwest on the phase 20-meter array. This is to a remote coax switch I have in the southeast corner of the basement where all the feed lines come in. I can switch through 4 positions, either a Cobra Senior, a 75-meter Moxon rectangle, a 20-meter phase delta loop array, and a 40-meter parasitic delta loop array. Yes, I did add. That's what I'm running right now. This switch box controls, this is the 40-meter array, switches back and forth, northeast or southwest. This is the relay control for the NFED. This control box here is for the satellite system. This is rotation, azimuth, and pitch control. This will actually pitch the antenna side to side to prevent fading as the satellite tumbles and stuff like that, as you guys have seen, anybody who's frequented the channel. So that's it, man. I think that's audio gear sitting there. This is a compressor limiter, which I use on the PA side for the speakers. Speakers for monitoring for ESSB. You can see one over there on a shelf. They're reference monitors, powered reference monitors. And right down here on the other side is a Polk Audio subwoofer. I use that for ESSB audio and voodoo stuff. This unit is an old Yamaha G. It's a 2020. I can't remember the prefix. It's old. It's like 30 years old. It's a great unit, unbalanced, comes out of the computer, and that's what feeds the audio to the monitoring system. And I set that up so I don't crush those speakers or anything. I have it set up to go into peak limiting at a certain volume level. Of course, this is the EQ setup. This top EQ is for this microphone right here. This is the Ragchew microphone. I got too lazy to plug in the headset, so this is running on this. It's fed by the tube preamp here, goes into this, dumps out to, this is an Aphex 204 oral exciter, which is the heart and soul of the audio. This forces the audio on the 7300 to 3 kilohertz. Normally it won't go above 2800, but I do it via brute force. So the audio is pretty much 50 to 60 hertz all the way to 3 kilohertz coming through out of the 7300. This is a compressor limiter expander gate, which tames the wild beast before it hits the transceiver. So that is the rundown. AL80A over there, you can see the 2 meters. That's the old amplifier running. And the 989D right there, of course, 7300. So that's the situation. Log 4 OM right here, running my log. That's where I log everything. And these windows right here, these are the sub panels controls for SDR Uno that I tend to fuss with a lot. Make adjustments to. I open them and then I place them on the other monitor. This is the diversity reception control. If you take this and you drag it out and around and you move it around, it's basically combining the 2 antennas. One's vertical, one's horizontal. And through phase correlation algorithms and stuff like that, it will help null out the noise, reduces static crashing by 20 to 30 dB. And so if the static crashing is 20 to 30 dB, it will drop to, I've seen it drop as low as an S7, which is remarkable with no degradation in signal strength. It will also null out noise, like plasma television noise, power line noise. You can use this to peak the signal and then null it out. And it will pretty much almost disappear. It'll go from an S9 pretty much down to the noise floor. It's just freaking amazing. So I think I covered everything, right? Hey, Randy, what's going on? It is, Ed. 75 meters has been horribly noisy. Absolutely horrible. Even in the morning, I was on 75, and the noise was horrid. The static crashing has been really bad, so it helps a lot because a lot of the guys I work, depending on where the band is, at certain times of the day, this is for new operators that may be frequenting the stream. The lower you go in frequency, generally speaking, the noisier. As far as QRN, I'm not talking about man-made noise. QRN tends to get stronger, especially in the summer months when you get thunderstorms around and you get a lot of lightning strikes. As the propagation delayer absorption just begins to disappear, the band will, I call it stretching out. It'll stretch out and you'll start hearing stations from further and further away, especially on 40 meters, 75 meters, 160, stuff like that. And if there's thunderstorms happening, let's say 2,000 miles away during the day, pretty much won't hear them. Or you may hear them, but they'll be very suppressed, very low. But once that band delayer absorption disappears, coming up the gray line begins to fade, the band starts going long, so you get thunderstorms and like 1,500 to 3,000 miles, it will actually crush you. So that's where the diversity comes in and stuff like that. Yeah, Carl, this morning was bad. It was really bad on 75. It made it almost unworkable. All right. Back at it. Let's see what's going on. Put the audio back on. This is another massive pileup.
Lima X-ray 1, Lima Charlie.
Doug, 7300. Yeah, Tom, the interesting thing about this setup is if you run mostly flat tops, will it work with a dipole? Sure it will. As your primary antenna or vice versa. The beautiful thing is if you've got trees, you don't even need what I have. What I have is technically overkill because it's actually a resonant antenna. But you do want some signal there as well. You don't want it just pure white noise. That's not going to work for you. You need two completely different antennas. You can run like a compromised antenna, but you just got to make sure you got some signal there combined with the noise, you know what I mean, for diversity to kind of work. I'm still learning about it. I read about it every day, and it's to understand how it works. It's easy to make it work. It's harder to understand it for my feeble mind. But yeah, and the thing about an end-fed, you don't even have to put a radial out. I mean, radials generally on an end-fed are just designed to quiet it down. You know what I mean? And give you a good match. But just literally an end-fed with no radial underneath it will do for a receive antenna. It'll do the job. So you could throw that thing up in a tree, get it as vertically polarized as possible, and off and running, Doug, 7300. Oofa. 7300, I will tell you, I do not use the front end of the 7300 at all. It depends on what you're going to do with it. If you want to run like some form of a system like I have, 7300 is a great radio. It is the best audio, TX audio of any rig out there. It rivals even like a $12,000 7851. I think it's actually better than that. Best sounding radio that they've come out with in decades, right out of the gate, even with a fist mic. It's phenomenal. I just use the TX side of the radio, the PA. The front end of this radio, it's a very good receiver, but it's a barn door. It's very harsh, and there's virtually no control over it. Works really good standalone, don't get me wrong. But if you weren't going to play in the arena I'm playing in, and you're going to run a standalone radio, I would not recommend this radio. I would look more for like an FTDX 3000. I think even an FTDX 1200 would be superior. There's some things about the 7300 that are really, really good. I like. One is the interfaceability to the computer. ICOM has it nailed down, man. They have it figured out. The ease at which you can interface this radio to any piece of software, it is absolutely brainless. Basically, you download the Silicon Labs driver, install it, takes about 5 seconds, kick the power supply on, you'll see it pop up on the screen, that's it. It never fails. I've never had to reset, deal with a driver issue or anything on this radio. I've had it since 2016, summer of 2016. Absolutely freaking grenade proof and bomb proof. I have never had one issue with this radio. I've never had to do a hard reset. You just hit the button, you turn it on, it works every time, and I have beat the crap out of this thing. As you guys know, go back through my channel. This is the rig I'm running since 2016. I pummel this thing. It's got thousands of hours on it, and it's never given me one problem. So, shared rooftop in a concrete jungle in Bahrain. Yeah. G5RV is no slouch, Doug. I'm actually thinking about taking the Cobra down and converting it over to a G5. The problem is the length. The full-size G5, it's 205, I think, right? Yeah, see that, Tom? Okay, Doug, that's the point I'm making. If you look at the chat, what Tom just said, yes, the ease of the ICOMs to interface them to a computer, there's nothing like it. It is just so simple. Geez, Tom, that's a rough one. Yeah, because you do need one decent antenna. Could be a dipole. And then some form of vertical. To be honest with you, on like 20 meters, you could use like a 102-inch whip. I kid you not. Or a piece of wire. You could use a piece of wire stuck into a PL259, and just a somewhat close to resonant piece of wire on 20 meters for diversity. Diversity, its advantage is it's really in the lower wavelengths for me at my QTH. That's where it really comes into play. Weak signal work, noise issues, stuff like that. It is handy on 20 when you have cross polarizations and you get heavy fading. Interesting thing. I think it was yesterday sometime. I was listening to a station, right? I wasn't even looking at the radio. So I was listening to a station and I grabbed, let me show you guys this. Wrong one as usual. So I was playing with this diversity and I grabbed this and I was moving it around, and it was a weak station. Well, I moved it around and he came right up out of the noise, right? So I look up at this panel. Let me show you this. So I look up here, top left corner. The freaking signal was an S7 right here. It was like a 6 and a 7. Let me go to the radio. On the radio, it wasn't even doing that. It was just barely a flicker, a blue light below an S1. Just barely. Absolutely insane. I could not, into your ears, he was so clear and so strong, you'd swear he was like an S9 Plus. You know what I mean? Now, is it like that all the time? No. But, I'm not going to blow smoke up anybody's butt. There's some times where it's really effective. Other times, not so much. All right, let's have a look around. I figured I'd throw this stuff out there because operating whatever, but this is all about, sharing information, blah, blah, blah. And this is something I was going to say to you guys. I will subscribe to you. If you guys start playing with stuff, put it on YouTube, man. It doesn't matter. There doesn't need to be any production value or nothing. Just throw it up there. I personally love stuff like that. So, what do we got? Let's get back. We get back in the loop, and we'll get back up. Man, all I do is trip over stuff in this shack. Jeez.
Indeed, has been a nice talking with you. WB8DDV OZ5BF. Listen for your fine.
That's a new one. Oh, let me get the loop going again. sure I'm tuned. Yeah, I'm way down at the bottom. Yeah, I hope I don't. I figure if I bore you guys, you'll just move along and go do something else. But information is power, man, and that's why I'm constantly scouring the internet for stuff. I just looking for ideas, and this is a good time to do it. Good Lord.
Yeah, okay, Randy, fine, copy again, but again, slowly QSB. So, condition are okay. So, all the best, and I look forward to our next contact. WB8DDV, Randy, OZ5BF, signing off and clear. Good morning.
Okay, let's do a quick.
Which I'm using sometimes. There is all Sherwood modification or receiver.
Modulation, congratulations. I like your sound modulation. Anyway, today in Ferrara City have a sunny day. Temperature overcast 20 degrees centigrade. Good day, good day. The sky is clean, no windy. Springtime, excellent today. Ma is necessary, come si dice, rain for.
Hey, can somebody over in the UK give me a clear frequency to transmit on? Tim, are you still in there? Just out of curiosity, anybody in the UK? I'd go to a web SDR, but I'm too lazy. The QSB is so severe, and that's what I found. I can sit there and call till I'm blue in the face, and nobody will come back to me because the frequency's occupied over there, and I can't hear them.
System is delta loop B-bender, 3 element in this band and 4 element in 15. Upper 6th floor, building 1 tower 12 meter, and up my antenna. I think about the ground, 30, 32 meter, 98, 100 feet there. This is the story. Back to you again, Randy. N8 X-ray Golf Sierra IZ4 and PE over.
Okay, 14225. I hear. What about like 224? Is 224 good? Or is that I'm going to get pinched in there because there is somebody right above me. Let me go to 28 wide. So that's 28 wide. That's clean right there. Paul, is that good? Okay. Let me get in there before anything happens. Oh. Is this frequency in use? K1GMM. Is this frequency in use? The only thing I don't like about this system is I'm getting some kerchunking when I key up, and that is annoying a little bit. Yeah, I got this thing set up to auto transmit, so. Yeah, take it easy, Carl, man. Get that stuff unplugged. Especially right now, man. That's what I do. I yank everything and I unground. I pull plugs on everything because lightning will look for path of least resistance to ground, right? And even if your coax is disconnected and your radio's still plugged in, it's grounded. It's all done, man. It will find it and it will blow that thing into a million pieces. It's what I that's the only thing I sweat. AK7PW, hey, good morning. How are you? Yeah, we're supposed to get rain and stuff and snow, I think, on Thursday night, something like that, I heard. Sure you could, Paul. I had a friend tell me the safest thing to do, believe it or not, is to disconnect it and throw it out the freaking window. Leave it laying on the ground. Once it gets into the house, you just don't know where it's going to go. It's a very dangerous thing. You can have a textbook grounding system. See, this is a situation. I'll sit here and I'll call for 20 minutes and nobody will come back to me, and I know I'm being heard. Don't understand it. Oh. I think somebody just came back to me. Yeah, same here, KK7. What's your name, by the way? QRZ. I think I hear somebody in there. Go ahead. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Over.
To Victor, WK calling.
Okay, there's UK. Stand by for a second. Alpha Quebec uniform. Got a low copy. Try it again there. Go ahead. I think there was an Alpha Quebec uniform. Again. Okay, negative copy. UK, the UK station, go ahead.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Good afternoon. This is Mike 6, Victor, the name here is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and you're coming through 5x9 situated on the south coast of the UK. Back to you.
Okay, M6, Mike 6, Whiskey Victor. Nice call. I think you said your name was Steve. Same here. Name is Steve. State of Vermont, and you're 55, 5 and 5. Good copy there. Go ahead.
Is the frequency occupied?
Yes, it is. Frequency is in use. Mike 6, Whiskey Victor. How copy? Kilo 1 Golf Mike. You got me, Steve?
CQ, hello CQ, from Denmark, OZ5 BF. Oscar Z Zulu, number 5, B Bravo, F Foxtrot. Oscar Zulu 5, Bravo Fox, near Copenhagen, Denmark, 5-4 call.
Oscar Zulu, this frequency is occupied. Oscar Zulu, please, QSY. Thank you, K1GMM.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Centigrade here today, so it's a lovely spring light day. But conditions are slowly improving. I'm just using a Linko radio radio going for a 40-metre delta loop using on 20 metres. And it does seem quite well to get into that northeastern side of the USA. Anyway, stay safe there, Steve. This is Mike 6, Whiskey Victor Victor, back to Kilo 1, Golf Mike Mike.
Okay there, Steve. Yeah, got a partial copy. There was an Oscar Zulu 5 that came in. Couldn't hear me, I guess. Asked if the frequency was in use, and I had to ask him to QSY, and he was kind enough to do that. So, but I got a lot of the last part of your over. I'm sorry, bud. Whiskey X-Ray, this beautiful day. We're just doing the usual thing in lockdown and enjoying the radio. Hope all is well with the family there, Roger. Okay, I guess I lost you in there, Steve. Mike 6, Whiskey Victor Victor 7373. If you can hear me, have a good day, and you take care. Be safe. Stay well. QRZ, this Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike Vermont, looking Europe. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? People are just jumping. This band, God, I hate this band. People are jumping on the frequency, calling CQ. I can hear them in there. If I'm going to do this, I got to go to a different part of the band. This is not going to work. Band is such crap. It is such a bunch of garbage.
Alpha Sierra Sierra, maybe
Victor Alpha 2, Alpha Sierra Sierra. I think I have several
it's
contacts
only
with you, but
it's only open
around the final of your call ASS.
This is what I found. The band at MyQTH will only open to very specific places in Europe. The UK is usually very difficult, believe it or not, until the evening time, your time. I was working Ireland, Scotland, and the UK comfortably, barefoot, the past couple nights. And this would be your time, probably about 9, 10 o'clock at night. Crazy. Just crazy. It's like it pops wide open to Western Europe at that time. Bizarre.
Molto scarso oggi il segnale tuo qui nella mia città è molto molto basso. Modulazione non si comprende totalmente, ma ricordo perfettamente che ci siamo già.
Hey Tom, I meant to mention I used to do the same thing, Tom, until a friend of mine told me, he says, "What are you, insane?" This is Tom, AE1TP. He said, "Imagine what's going to happen if you get a direct hit and that massive amount of current is discharged into that glass jar. That is going to literally explode and send glass shards of shrapnel everywhere." Yeah, I stopped doing that in a heartbeat. He told me that, and I thought, ew, yeah, probably not a good idea. Yeah, I would not have the glass jar in the shack. Outside, who cares? But yeah, that pretty much, that wouldn't end well. UK envy. Yeah, but you get Hawaii, Alaska, and Asia and VK like a walk in a park in Seattle, don't you? It's a whole different thing. Paul.
Dare il tuo nome. Dimmi il tuo nome lentamente. Il tuo nome lentamente. QSL.
All right. Sorry, don't speak that language. is splattering like that?
Moving other things, of course. Quite a bit of difficulties everywhere, and
See, the band's wide open to where Yuri is. Oh, yeah, Estonia. Wonder if 290. Hey, you guys, can you guys check the art proportion? Let's say 288. Can somebody over there check 288? See if that's occupied. God. See, the band's wide open to 288's too close to Yuri or whoever that is. They're splattering like freaking 10K wide, for crying out loud. Let's go to 291. Right, yeah, 291. Nothing on 288. That's Yuri. That's Yuri in another station at like 30 over. Paul, what are you saying? Also clear? Nothing on 288? Yeah, see, I can't go anywhere near that, man. That ain't going to work. What about below 288? Because it's clear here from 280. Well, no, there's a station. I can see a station popping up on 276. That's out. See you, Tom. Yeah, have a good day, man. Good to see you. All right, I'm going to hit it right here. Hey, Andy. What's going on, man? No, it's just knocking around here. Nothing new under the sun, baby. Who's in LSB? Or is that ISB? I think it's LSB. Oh, my glasses. Hey, Ed, see you later, bud. Have a good day. You take care down there. All right. I am going to actually go up and I'm going to check my daughter.
Nothing to complain. I'm in the WX, of course. KB1LV, okay, 2RZ.
Oh my gosh, Noel, you played in that madness? Good for you. No, that dog won't hunt here anymore. That is crazy with the QSY rule. 35, that's really good, man. That's a mental.
Roger, Ben.
Oh.
I do not complain. The situation in my house is okay. Everything's fine.
See, Hugo hears me in Portugal. I guess nobody wants to talk to me. That's what I chalk it up as. Whatever. Hugo, I hope you're boy. I just saw a report on Spain, Hugo. Boy, they got serious issues over there, similar to Italy. It sounds like with this madness. Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? Where are you, Michael, on 20? Give me a frequency. I'll see if I can hear you. Just post it in there in the chat.
Save and, well, the best 7-3 to you. KB1LV, okay, 2RZ.
See, I can't, you guys with that sprint, I just can't play that game, man. That contest event is specifically designed to create QRM. Rules state that you have to move 1 kilohertz off and relinquish the frequency you made contact to the station you made contact with. Good Lord. I mean, what kind of a whack job makes up a rule like that, you know? The last time I did it once last year, and I was like, holy crap. The QRM, I mean, it was just bombastic. You know, people moving 1 kilohertz. I couldn't even hear anything. It was just a roar, you know? Good if you guys can deal with that. Good for you, man. Hats off, because I just can't cope with that kind of crap. It makes the WPX and the Worldwide DX look like a child's play, you know. Absolutely mental.
Pretty nice report, and hopefully we have a chance to enjoy the Easter holiday. Happy Easter holiday to you and yours, and enjoy it in the best way. But it's quite complicated this year, I'm afraid. Stay safe, stay healthy. Catch you again in the VA2ASS Oscar Kilo 2 Radio Zulu. Good luck, Andy. Thank you, Andy. God bless you. Bye-bye, my friend. Ocean Kilowatt 2 Radio Zulu.
Hey, Yuri, K1GMM, Kilo 1 Golf, Mike.
Hi. Good morning, Steve. Great to hear you. K1GMM, OK2RZ. Nice signal, as always. Well, beautiful day here still. That's the only good report from me. Bright sunshine, blue sky, and quite warm. 66 Fahrenheit is not too bad. Well, how you been, my friend? Hope you're safe. K1GMM, OK2RZ.
Yeah, very good, Yuri. Thanks for asking. The same to you. Hope the family's doing well. And you're staying busy with the radio. Radio is a godsend in a situation like this, isn't it? I could be locked in here for 6 months and I'd be totally happy, which I am locked in here anyways, and I'm very content. So we just wanted to jump in, wish you happy Easter, and find out how you made out in the last, what was that last event I was working, one of the DX contests. I know I had worked you at least on one band, but how'd you make out with that? Over?
My computer lock with the contest lock, and thank you very much for the contest number. I gave free in the CQWPX contest, but well, I was not seriously operating during the contest, just for fun, and have a lot of fun for a number of hours. So very good, Steve. Happy Easter holiday, and hopefully we'll be able to enjoy the holiday the same way as last year, but everything is closed, and also the church are locked down. So it's a very, very strange situation for most of the people. Thank you, Steve. Stay safe and healthy, and have a good time. Enjoy the ham radio. That's the best thing I can do nowadays. Playing with the radio, and then staying downstairs with my wife, and then go to garden for a while, playing with my 3 dogs, and we do enjoy it. Well, we are both with my wife in the high-risk age category, so the best way is staying home. So no problem for me, especially with the ham shack upstairs, ready to operate 24 hours a day. 7-3, Steve, and keep smiling. K1GMM, OK2RZ.
How'd you know I was smiling? Yeah, I'm pushing a live stream right now, Yuri. I try to stream at least once a day. Keep the community together. You know, everybody, for folks that can't get on the radio, at least they have something to watch. And we are live streaming right now. So thanks for picking me up and being a part of that. 7-3, brother. We'll catch you later, and all the best. Wish you all well over there, and enjoy the time with the family. And happy Easter. OK2 Rusty Zipper from Kilo 1 Golf, Mike. Take care, my friend.
Really been a pleasure as always, Steve. Great to hear your voice, and stay healthy, my friend. K1GMM, OK2 Rusty Zipper. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bravo Hotel Fox, but you're quite...
Wenn da, ich sag mal, für dich jetzt persönlich ist das natürlich sehr gut. Auch wenn natürlich...
Okay, I have someone on 309 or 310, which is sounds like a French station. Yeah, it's in Europe. I just flipped the antenna. So, all right, you guys, you goons, the Goon Squad. It's the Goon Squad. All right, I am going to head upstairs and wish you guys a very, very good day. I can't, Michael, because there's somebody on 310 and they're about an S3 and they're just wiping out everything from 310 to 313. There's somebody, a French-speaking station, I think it is. Oops. Yeah, there's somebody. Propagation is bizarre, isn't it? Just bizarre. I know it's a French station over there. You can't hear him on 310, which should be splattering all over you. I know, well, it could be coming from Eastern Canada, which is possible. Because I flipped to the southwest and a signal dropped into the noise floor, and then I flipped northeast towards Europe and a signal came up to an S3 to S4. So, yeah, the band is just really screwy. It's really screwy. It might have to be late, Michael. I think we could do it late. I do. I was listening to Harper. Harper was 20 over in here last night. And it must have been about 5 o'clock my time in the afternoon, which would be 10 p.m. over there, your time. So maybe in the late after, I will be back in here in the late afternoons and see what's going on. Because I've been making contacts in like Ireland, Scotland, UK, easily with no power in the afternoons, late afternoons. So we'll see. 7-3, guys. We'll see you later. Hey, DJ, what's going on, you crazy mother? I'm just wrapping up here, so we will catch you guys later. And I will be back later, and that's a threat. So don't forget to shut your phones and your computers off. Yeah, you hear the French? Yeah. I can't really tell the difference between French Canadians and France. Hey, Hugo. Yeah, 20 is like a freak show, man. Propagation-wise, 40. 40 over, I don't know what it is in Europe. 40 is crap during the day here. And I used to love 40 meters. I was on 40 meters all day long. You know, and it's just the band is horrid. Like I have a direct pipeline. I can talk to Pennsylvania and Virginia on 5 watts at 10 over. I've done it many times, just goofing around with Frankie WA3 RSL. And not anymore. The band from my QTH will swing from Virginia out west to Ohio to the 8 call area, back down to 3 and 4 call area, and then back to 8 call area, and it'll do this all day long, just back and forth on 40. I thought 40 was going to be the go-to band at the bottom of the cycle. It's not. 75 is. 75 is the most predictable band so far I've seen. It's the same pretty much every day. The only thing I have noticed is that the timing of when it goes long and when it tightens up in the morning, goes long in the afternoon, approaching gray line, again with, you know, delay or fading. That's kind of different. And sometimes the long haul on 75, well, medium haul, it would be, long haul would be like Pacific Asia, VKZL, that area. That's there sometimes, and it's not other times. But at least it's predictable. Like you know when the band's going to go long and when it's going to go short when the sun's coming up in the morning, roughly. You know that area, but I did notice on 75 meters that the DX, like out to 3,000 to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 miles, sometimes it's really strong. Other times I just can't hardly hear it. So that's still the medium propagation is wonky on all the bands. It sounds like. I was listening to one of the guys, huge station in Canada, northeastern Canada up there. I think he's on Prince Edward Island or somewhere up there. He's north of me by a haul, northeast, and he works VKZL in Asia every day, on 75 meters, and I was listening to him this morning on 75 meters, chatting with a couple guys, and they were going to move up to 40. And he said that it's been weird like that. It comes and goes. So, anyways, that's my soapbox. Wah, wah, wah. See ya. I'll be back later today. 7-3 guys. DJ, good to see you. Hugo, good to see you. This is going to render, so you can go back in and watch it. I did a complete, just as a recap for any newcomers. You can kind of skip through it. Just made a few contacts, but I went through the entire station and what's going on with diversity and all this other stuff. Randy, you behave yourself out there, and we'll see you all later. 7-3 guys.